Welcome to the Humanergy Leadership Podcast. My name is David Wheatley. We're here to talk leadership in small, bite-sized and practical chunks. Enjoy. So this episode is about the Eisenhower Matrix, and you've probably heard of this in one form or another. It was popularized in the late 1990s by Stephen Covey when he identified the idea of what he called quadrant 2 work. And the Eisenhower Matrix goes back to President Eisenhower, apparently, is a 4-box 2-continuum model, where imagine that one continuum is the importance. So things that are not important, things that are important. And the other continuum is things that are urgent. They are urgent or they're not urgent. Then you end up with 4 quadrants. And how he labeled them is quadrant 1 is urgent and important. And this is the kind of stuff that you should do because they're tasks with deadlines and you should do them now. Quadrant 2 is when we get into the important, but not as urgent. So this is stuff that tasks with unclear deadlines that contribute to long-term success. It's the investment quadrant. That's what Covey talked a lot about. Are we scheduling time to do quadrant 2 work? Because it's the quadrant 2 work that prevents things from ending up in quadrant 1, that urgent one. Then we end up in the not important, but still urgent quadrant. That's quadrant 3. And what they suggest, or Eisenhower suggests, is delegate this. So these are tasks that must get done, but don't necessarily require your skill set. However, they're urgent, but not important to you. So delegate those to somebody else. And then the final quadrant, the not important, not urgent, quadrant 4, the suggestion is to delete those. They're distractions and unnecessary tasks that we need to get rid of. And so the beauty of this model is it first frames up what we should be working on, and then it also tells us what we should be doing in those areas where we are working. So quadrant 1, if it's urgent and important, do it. Quadrant 2, it's important but not urgent, then schedule it. Make sure you're booking that time. Quadrant 3, which is urgent but not important, let's delegate it to the right place. And then quadrant 4, where it's not important and not urgent, let's delete it, stop doing it, create the space for us to invest it more in quadrant 2. If you like that idea, then you check out the YouTube version of this podcast. Then you'll see a little graphic of it as well. That was the Humanergy Leadership Podcast. My name's David Wheatley. For further information about Humanergy, go to humanergy.com or check out our latest book, What Great Teams Do Great, from all good bookstores. Have a good one. Stay healthy.